So Gemara Chazar today. Pesachim Dav Daled Ben Aleph, top line, Daled Ben Aleph. A couple more stories regarding different Lashonos. Lashon Tov. That's how actually we got here. And then we're going to get back into the sugi of Pesachim. Rav Bar Achud Reb Chia Bar Achte. Rav was the son of the brother of Reb Chia and the sister of Reb Chia. Basically, Rav's mother was a sister to Reb Chia, and Rav's father was a brother to Reb Chia, obviously from half marriages. Kisalag lahasam, Amar Le, when Rav came up to Reb Chia to show where Reb Chia was, Amar Le, Eva Kayim, is Eva your father still alive? Amar Le, Ima Kayim, is my mother still alive? Why'd you only ask me about my father, who's your brother? Why didn't you ask me about my mother, who's your sister? So Amar Le, Reb Chia asked, Ima Kayim, is your mother alive? Amar Le, Eva Kayim, is my father still alive? Always asking the other one. And what Amar Le Leshame, so what Reb Chia chapped from the fact that Rav was draining him a room, Reb Chia chapped that neither his father nor his mother are still alive. So Amar Le Leshame, he told his shamish, he told his gabbai, now I take off my shoes because he has to sit avilus now. And also bring my kelim, bring my clothing after, bring them to the Beis HaMerchatz after I'm going to go shower and wash. Shmamina class, we see from here three halachas. Number one, Shmamina oval also benilas asando. And the oval was also to wear regular shoes. That's why Chalatz Limizani, take off my shoes. Another halacha we learn from here, Shmur Rechaika in Hegas Eloyemechra, Shmur Rechaika, when you hear a 30-day-old news that Karev was Nifteres, you only, once it's already 30 days old, you only have to be Noyeg Avelos for 1 day. Because you see, he said, I'm going to go shower, I'm going to go to the Beis HaMerchatz now. So obviously he was being Noyeg Avelos, but not for more than 1 day. Not only that, even a partial day is a kulay. Even the whole day he wasn't. He was going to Beis HaMerchatz that day. So what, for epis, an hour, 2 hours, whatever it was, a half hour, he was being noyeg avelos, and that sufficed because of mixes him kekulay. Another story, Ahuda Omar, there's the one that said, Doinu Dini. Whenever he was dealing with any masaman, he said, let's go to Bezdin. Let's always running, let's life into Bezdin, we'll talk about it in Bezdin. Amri, Doinu Dini. Amri, they said, Shma Minum Midon Ka'asa, he must become from Shevet Don. Tichsiv Don Yodan Amoy Ka'achat Shivta Yisrael. The Shevet Don is Don Yodan Amoy. And I actually, on Shabbos, I felt very bad, is that when we learned this Gemara on Thursday, I didn't speak out. It's Mama's hand to Gavach Sedra. Well, now it's Sunday, so it's already, let's the Gavach Sedra. But it hurt me that I didn't speak it out on Thursday. Right? What? What was that? If Vodka was him. Don't know the name of Kachat Shifta Yisrael. Hahuda Havika also Omar Akayv Yama Asisna Birosa. There was another individual who always said, by the seashore, that's where I'm going to build my palace. I'm always going to constantly spoke about the shvach, the beauty of this of living by the seashore. But they were boydik vashkachu the Zvulun Kasi. He came from Shevet Zvulun. Tichsev Zvulun lechoif am Yishkoin. Zvulun will be living along the seashore, the sea coast. Nachamo yesterday's parsha. Hainte Gavach. Okay, till Tuesday, it's still Hainte Gavach. Now we're going to get into the sugya of B'dikas Chametz. Yeah, we're about 2 dots in Mordechai. Now that everyone agrees, or Artu, when the Mishnah said or la'arba asar, you have to boidik chametz. It means the night of the 14th, the night in between the 13th and 14th. Why? Michti bein Rabbi Yehuda, bein Rameir chametz in asar elam mishei shoyis u'lamaylam. Sai according to Rabbi Yehuda, sai according to the Meir. We'll actually see this actual Mishnah in this week. Is it today's Yeah, in today's Amud on Dalet on base. No, the actual Mishnah is later, but the Gemara is going to bring down the whole Mishnah. But everyone agrees that midaraisa chametz is only asar after sheishois, after chatzos. So if so why don't you just do Badika in the 6th hour? Why are we doing Badika the night before? Just do Badika in the 6th hour. And if you want to say it's Rizim Makdim in the mitzvahs, we do it early because it's Rizim Makdimin. So fine, so Nivdik Mitzvah first. So do it in the morning. Why the night before? We have a certain pasuk. And the 8th day is when you should be Mal Basar Losa. That's the mitzvah of Milah. V'tanya Kol Yom Kula Kashal Milah. It's taka the whole day. Yeah, what else? Rizim Makdim in the mitzvahs is a mitzvah to be Zoras. Shenem, as we see the musik of Rizim Makdimin. Vayashkem Avram Babayik. He got up early in the morning. Rashi even takes it a step farther and says that we see Rizim Makdimin does not apply at night, only applies a day, or like we saw in the Ran, just time the concept of Zuzim Akdimin is to go earlier. And Misvara, we said L'chara would suffice doing it in the morning. So if it's all Zuzim Akdimin, why go to the next day? Just do it right away in that morning. Two things. Number one, when you have to do badika at a time when people are there, and because the light of a candle is best for badika, and only works at nighttime, it does not work at daytime, obviously. Yeah. This Talmud, this person who's learning, this Talmud Chacham, the Talmud, he shouldn't start a new sugya on the evening of the 13th going into the 14th. Why? Maybe he's going to get so pulled into his learning, and he's going to lose out, he's going to forget, he's going to be so engrossed, he's going to lose out and not do the mitzvah in the appropriate time. Someone that rents a house to his friend on the 14th day of Nisan, Almi livdoik. Who is the one that's chayav do b'dikas chametz? Al hamasker livdoik dechamir todehu. Do we say it's the masker, the landlord's responsibility to do b'dikas chametz, because any chametz in the house is his. He was living in the house for the last year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is. Any chametz is his. On the renter, on the tenant, he's the one that has to do b'dikam. The isura b'rishu sekai, because ultimately, if there is bread there, it's going to be in his rishus. Because now, over Pesach, he has ownership on the house, a rental ownership on the house, and therefore it's going to be in his house. Toshmas of the Gemara. The soicha, the tenant, is the one that has to put on mezuzahs. So l'chara, we see that the chiyuvim of the house are on the tenant, not on the landlord. And for the Gemara, no. Mezuzah is different. Mezuzah is the choivas hadar, is the choiva, the one who lives in it. While the Rashi explains, because the pasuk says beischa bioscha, and because the purpose of the mezuzah is mishamer, it protects the people in the house. That's why mezuzah has the din of the people in the house. But what? But hachamai over here, when there's no specific connection between b'dikas chametz and the people living in the house, what's the halacha? Do we say the soicher, the renter, the tenant, because ultimately the chametz would be in his rishus, or do we say the masker because any chametz that's there was his chametz? Now, for the Gemara, so the Gemara, Omar Luhub Nachum by Yitzchak Nachum, it's answer Tanina straight in Mishnah. Bryce, I'm not sure. Hamask buys lachavero is someone who rents a house to his friend. Im anshaloi moshaloi mafteiches chal arba osar. If before he gave the keys to the tenant, to the renter, it hit the night of the 14th, ala masker lived, like then it's the masker, it's the landlord's responsibility. If only after he gave over the keys, the way Rashi explains it, after the kinyan was made, that's when it hits this man b'dikas chometz, the leil arba osar, then ala soicher lived like. So basically the Gemara is coming out. The teretz is who had bailus on it at the time of the chayvas b'dika. Right? Who had bailus? Whoever had bailus at that time, they're the ones that are chayim, because they're the ones that have the responsibility of b'dikas chametz. Okay, last few lines of Chazor. Boy, Meneir Nachum by Yitzchak. They ask Nachum Yitzchak another shaila. Hamask b'ayis lachaver be'arba osar cheskosei bodek ein cheskosei bodek. Someone rents a house to his friend on the 14th. Yeah, you came, you flew in from America there. It's Israel. You landed and you rented the house on the morning of Yud Daled, the morning of Bir Chametz. Do we assume cheskosei bodek or not? Why? Because leil abba osar, I didn't have the keys, I didn't have the key. I'm the renter, I'm the tenant, right? He, the masker, was zecher chayiv. Do I assume it was bodek or do I not assume it was bodek? Cheskosei bodek or ain't cheskosei bodek? Just ask him. Ask the landlord. Was it bodek or was it not bodek? He's obviously not here. Or you might shriach the soicher. Ultimately, a badika has to be done, and if he didn't do it, the sheikh would have to do a badika because whatever the chesed mishpat aspect we can talk about, but ultimately it wasn't done. We'll see a little bit about the chesed mishpat in today's element. I don't know. Right? In fact, the Gemara might not be he's not here to l'shulei. Are we matriach the soicher to do a b'dikas chametz? Ad kan chazara.